Hey divas, how you doing? It's your girl Grace, aka Facequizite here, and today I'm coming at you with something completely different. Today we're not going to be doing a makeup tutorial, but instead we're going to be reviewing a product, and I'm hoping that this would be ongoing, but that's up to you divas as to whether you want to continue seeing such or not. Today is a test one. I personally think it's something useful, but you know, let me know in the comment box below once we finish as to whether you want to continue seeing things like this, okay? But I think, you know, variety is the spice of life, okay? Anywho, divas, today we are going to be talking about none other than the Violet Voss Pro Eyeshadow in Drenched Metal, which looks like that. That's what the packaging looks like. Let me move it a bit closer. It's very thin, you know, so it's lightweight. It's very, very lightweight. So, you know, you could easily take this on holiday with you. You know, it's not bulky or anything like that. You know, unlike some other eyeshadow palettes, for example, some of the Urban Decay palettes. And by the way, Urban Decay are my favorite eyeshadows in the whole wide world, so you know, let's not get it twisted. However, sometimes the packaging can be a bit bulky, so it's not always easy to carry around, and this is very lightweight and thin, you know, and easy to carry around. I mean, you know, it's, let me see how much it weighs. Does it even say? No, it doesn't. Maybe on the box, but I don't do unboxings, so I've chucked the box away, a guy. So yeah, this is it. So anyway, this is the Drenched Metal one. It's already got it comes in the Holy Grail and the, I think, Laura Lee palette, but this one is the Drenched Metal one, and it's the only one that I have, okay? So it comes like that. It's got a film to protect that, which I'm gonna remove because, you know, we don't need that right now. And it comes in all these colors, as you can see. I do like this palette, I do. If you follow me on Snapchat, you would realize that I did put a few snaps on this particular palette when it arrived. I don't know why. I was expecting a bit much, not a bit much, a bit more from this palette. And I'll explain this to you in a minute. But yeah, this palette is very, very pigmented. But I don't understand why. I believe in America it's $52, but I think I paid £39. I bought it from Beauty Bay. Shout out to Beauty Bay for giving us, you know, the American connection. I get all my American products from Beauty Bay. And the ones they don't have, I end up having to order and paying for shipping, blah, 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 blah. Whereas with Beauty Bay, you don't pay for shipping. You know, you get 2 days, you get your product in 2 days, no shipping, and they deliver it to your door. How about that, divas? How about that? So anywho, now the majority of this, the majority of the eyeshadow, in fact, all the eyeshadows in this palette, aside of this one called Secret, are all metallic. And like I said, they're very well pigmented. However, I just feel like, oh yeah, this Midnight Tryst as well, this charcoaly color right here, because this is not, where's my finger? This one right here, because it's not a black, it's more of a charcoal color, and it's not necessarily, yeah, it's kind of matty, if you can call it matte. So only these two, this Secret and Midnight Tryst, and they have some funny names. I think they're fun names actually. Only these two are matte. All the other colors in this palette are actually metallic, okay? And we're gonna do some swatches later. Like I said, I think this palette is really good, really nice. It's got a nice variety of colors, you know, from the cools to the warms. Like you've got your, you know, kind of cool colors, you've got the blues, the purples, and then you've got your greens, and you know, for the warm ones, and then you've got some pinks in there, like this one right here. Well, I don't know if you can call this pink. It's kind of a bronzy pink, if you like, yeah, and it's called Forbidden. Ooh. So yeah, So you've got a nice variety of color in this palette, and the sizes are not bad either. You know, the sizes of the single shadows and the individual shadows are not bad at all either. So you know, this would see you through quite some time. Okay, now the only thing I guess I would have liked is to see a few more matte colors in this palette, to be quite honest. Yeah, because you know, when you have a nice palette like this that's lightweight and all that, you want to be able to take it away with you and be good without having to worry about, you know, other shadows. You know, what am I going to use in my transition? Because I personally, I don't know about you guys, but I personally would only use a matte shadow in my transition area. So in my crease, to do the transition, blend out the colors, I always use a matte eyeshadow. Now, for me in particular, it doesn't really bother me that much because I invested in quite a few Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I love her matte shadows, and you know, I invested in those because I love how buttery they are, and I tend to mainly lean towards my Makeup Geek palette, which I created myself, by the way. I'll give you a sneak peek. This is my, I've got some foil shadows there. All of these, apart from these three down here, this one is a Morphe eyeshadow and these two are NYX, but these 3 rows are all Makeup Geek, and I absolutely love Makeup Geek, and I use her mattes. Most of the colors in here are matte, but we're not doing a Makeup Geek review, eyeshadow review today. If you want to see one of those, let me know, and I will tell you. But I absolutely love Makeup Geek eyeshadows. Okay, so I reach for this palette more than any other palette. The other one I also reach for is my MAC eyeshadows. These are all MAC eyeshadows, but you know, I tend to grab these 2 first before all else. These are Bay. These 2 palettes right here are Bay. So when I'm going away, I grab those 2, and that's because they are created by me. You know, I created them myself. I made sure there was a good number of mattes in there for my transition shades and all that, if I just wanted a matte smoky eye or whatever. And it's got a nice balance of, you know, shimmery and foil eyeshadows in there as well. And that's what I'm saying about this palette, that I would have liked it, because not everybody, yes, I'm a makeup artist, I'm a makeup color, I have tons of makeup, so I can afford to, and I'm not talking money wise now, but because I also, you know, I'm a makeup artist, so I have to have lots of makeup. So for me, buying eyeshadows is not a problem because I'm investing in my trade, if you like. However, if I wasn't a makeup artist and I just loved eyeshadows, and you know, when I travel, I don't want to be carrying bulky eyeshadow all around, you know, I would want a palette that works for me. So I just feel like, you know, Violet Voss could have added a few mattes here, you know, a few transition colors here would have been great, so that, you know, you could just chuck this in your bag and off you go, and you wouldn't have to worry about, you know, what am I talking about? You wouldn't have to worry about taking another palette with you, okay? So that's one of the downsides of this palette. Also the costs, I just feel like it's a bit on the pricey side. You know, no doubt it's a good shadow, but I feel like, you know, if you get one of the Morphe 35 eyeshadow palettes, you know, you're gonna get the majority of these colors, and they are, you can get those at a fraction of this. You can get it at a fraction of the price, well, not a fraction, but you know, kind of less than half or half. If you're in the UK, you probably pay like a half-ish, but if you're in the States, you pay more, because I believe in the States, it's, the Morphe shadows are about, I don't know, between $19 and $22, correct me if I'm wrong, except the Jaclyn Hill ones, which are a bit pricey, I don't know, but yeah, something along those lines. Whereas here, the Morphe eyeshadow palettes range from, I think, between 19 and 22 pounds, and this one is 39 pounds, whereas with the Morphe eyeshadows, you get 35 eyeshadows. Now, the difference between this one and the Morphe eyeshadow is that some of the Morphe eyeshadows can be a bit of a hit and a miss. You know, some are hit, some are miss. Like some of their mattes are not so great, but their shimmery colors are really, really nice and really, really pigmented. So, for example, if you were to pick up 2 of the Morphe palettes, you'll be paying around the same amount as one of these, and you'll be getting 70 colors, you know, as opposed to just 16. Is it 16? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 20. Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20 shadows. I'm not a mathematician. Yeah, so as opposed to getting 20 shadows, you could, if you pay the same amount, you could get 70 for the Morphe shadows. Like you get 2 palettes, so that's 70 eyeshadows, and in this one you only get 20 for more, and the quality is just about the same. Like I said, with this there's only 2 matte colors, which is this one right here and this charcoal one. There's not even a black one. I think it's a sin for an eyeshadow palette not to have a standard black matte eyeshadow. So you get a thumbs down for that, Violet Voss. Sorry, my personal opinion. You know, you get a thumbs down for that. But anywho, anyway, those are, you know, the slight downsides to this, having this palette. But all in all, it's a good palette. It's got good colors and the colors are well pigmented. So now I'm going to do a swatch of the colors for you so that you get to see how pigmented this shadow really is, okay? So this is the first row, divas, and sorry, my swatches are not great. I'm not very good at this, but bear with me. But this color right here is Poppin'. Sorry, I'm out of focus. Poppin'. This one is called Kisses. This one is called Confession, and I absolutely love Confession. It's beautiful, sort of pinky, goldy color. This one right here is called Crushed It, and this one right here is called Secret. And as you can see, this is the matte one I was talking about. It's okay. I guess it's alright. It's not really showing up on my skin tone. I don't know. Maybe if you're a bit, I don't know, lighter, darker, I don't know. It might show up better on you, but I won't be using this color a lot, or I might just use it a bit as my first transition color. But other than that, you know, psh, not for me, I'm afraid. Okay, on to the next row, okay? Okay, divas, so this is the second row, and just so you know, I haven't used a primer on to apply these shadows. I've just applied them there, and you can see how much pigmentation these colors have. So imagine when you do use it with a primer, it's going to pop even more. So this one right here is called I'm So Fancy. This one right here is called Mermaid Vixen, and I quite like these colors. This third bronzy looking one, or goldy bronzy, anyway, it's called Grunge. This one right here is called Minx, and this one right here is called Squad Goals, and I absolutely love this one. I don't know if this camera is doing it justice, or is it just me? I don't know. But yeah, that's the third row, okay? Now, I'm sorry, this is the second row, my bad. This is the second row. Now I'm going to swatch the third row for you. So this is the third row, and on the third row we have Frisky, we have Dark Desires, we have Slaycation. This Slaycation is like a dual tone. It's a bluey, browny, goldy dual tone color. Then we have Come Through, and then we have Living. Okay, so we have Frisky, Dark Desires, Slaycation, Come Through, and Living. And like I said, these are all swatched without primer, so just imagine them with primer. So you know, the pigmentation on these are pretty good, divas. Pretty good. So yeah. So that's the third row. Now on to the final row. So on the fourth and final row, we have Shade, shade Bliss, Huntress, Forbidden, and Midnight Tryst. Shade Bliss, Huntress, Forbidden, and Midnight Tryst. So those are all the colors in the Violet Voss Drenched Metal palette. Like I said, you know, these colors are very well pigmented. You know, it's good money. They're well pigmented, you know, they're really nice. The colors show up, especially, you know, for divas who like to rock color, or, you know, for you makeup artists out there, you know, that do a lot of African brides or Indian brides. You know, this palette will come through, you know, because it's, you know, pigmented like that. But so is the Morphe palettes, you know, like I said, some of the colors in the Morphe palettes are a bit, you know, like the matte ones, but the shimmery ones are just as good as this, you know. So it's up to you as to whether, I mean, if you're a makeup collector like myself, you know, and you just love to buy makeup, you're gonna go out and buy it anyway, regardless of what I say, you know. But, and I'm not saying don't buy it, because it is a really nice palette. What I'm saying is that, you know, just think about it and look at your budget. If you can afford to go out and buy it, or if you have just enough to buy it, why then don't you use that money and buy 2 of the 35 color palettes from Morphe and get more for your money? Because like I said, all of these except for 2 are all shimmery, and all the shimmery colors in the Morphe palettes are just as good. I mean, they're buttery, they're soft, they pop nicely on the skin. So, you know, it's up to you what you want to do. But all in all, it's not a bad palette. It's a good palette. I like it. I just wonder if it's, because I don't understand how Morphe can be so cheap and this be so expensive. You know, so considering they're the same formulation, allegedly, and also allegedly, the Morphe palettes are made in China, and allegedly this one is also made in China, and we know that things that are made in China are usually quite cheap, and it's not like the packaging is that fancy, it's just cardboard. So why exactly is it more expensive? I don't know, you know, but hey, it's up to you. I just wanted you to see and weigh your pros and cons. You know, if you're a collector like myself and you want to have it anyway, go ahead and get it. The colors are fantastic, you know, as you saw in the swatches, the colors are brilliant. So, you know, and it will last you for quite a while, you know. But if you're, you know, maybe a new makeup artist and you're just trying to build your kit, then you might be better off leaving this and getting maybe 2 Morphe palettes, you know, because you're gonna get just as much pigmentation from those palettes as this palette. Yeah, I think that's it, divas. I hope you enjoy this review. If you want me to do more of these, because, you know, I got tons of products, and, you know, I can advise you in terms of what my take on the products are. So if you want me to do an honest review for you, because I buy these things with my money, it's not like someone sent it to me and asked me to do a review, in which case I feel the need to, you know, say nice things. I'm just keeping it real. I paid for this with my own money, and therefore I'm going to be as honest. And even if they send it to me, quite frankly, I still have to be honest, you know. So the ones that are good, I'll say they're good. The ones that are not so good, I'm gonna let you know, okay? So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Make up your own mind as to what you want to do. If you want me to do more of these kind of videos, do leave it in the comment box below, because I'm not gonna do it unless there's a request for it, or, you know, there's a need for it. I really don't want to waste my time doing videos that nobody wants to see. So if you want me to do more product reviews, then yeah, let me know in the description box below. sorry, in the comment box below, and then I can do more of these. I would like to do more of these videos anyway, but like I said, I don't want to do things that nobody wants to see. So depending on your response, divas, that would be determining factor as to whether you see more of these product reviews or whether we stick to just you know, tutorials. But you know, let's see what you guys come up with, okay? Anyway, my lovely divas, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. Also, don't forget to follow your girl Facequizite on social media. I am Facequizite on all my social media platforms except for Facebook, where I am Grace Facequizite Makeup Artist, and on LinkedIn, where I am just Grace Ibukunlua, okay? But yeah, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Google Plus, and something else. I can't remember. But anyway, if you Google Facequizite, all my social media platforms will pop up and you can go and follow me. Thank you so much, divas. I really do appreciate you. And for those of you who have been sending me pictures of your attempt at the gele thing, and you know, I'm so impressed. Thank you so much for sending it to me. That video was well worth it because so many people have inboxed me pictures of their own creation of the gele, and they were able to do it following step-by-step guide on my video, and that makes me so proud. Thank you so much, divas. That was well worth it. So I'm definitely going to do more of that. So yeah, talk to me. Let me know what kind of things you want to see. Some of you have told me what you want, but you have to bear in mind that I have things lined up to do, so it has to join the queue and I will get to it eventually, okay, divas? But yeah, keep sending them in. Keep sending me pictures of your gele, your attempt at the gele. I've had at least 5, you know, that have been sent to me that they did it after watching my video, and I'm really happy about that. All right, divas. Yeah, and also if you want me to continue doing these product review kind of videos, also leave that in the comment box below. And yeah, and I'll see you next time, okay, divas? Until next time, remember, Jesus loves you and I love you too. Stay fabulous at all times. Bye. Bye-bye.